afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the Hungry Moroccan. Today we're gonna be making corn fritters or corn cakes, and they're a really super simple, really quick fix, child-friendly version. You can tweak them and add things that you like to them. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I have 5 eggs. I'm just gonna pour that into a bowl. And one of the reasons this is so simple is because you just dump, mix, and then fry them up. I have 2 small containers of sour cream that I'm just gonna pour right in here. And you can use whatever brand sour cream you're partial to. I'm using, I believe it's 4%, the whole milk one. But if you want to go fat-free on this, you can. So I want to say I'm using about 1 3/4 of it. We need about 400 grams. Then we have a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and you can also substitute that with milk. I like the heavy cream. It gives it a little bit more richness. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that until the eggs are nice and combined. You can see in here. So this is something my kids really kind of enjoy snacking on. They're really good warm. You can put some syrup on them if you like. You can eat them at room temperature. Kind of a snack and go item in our house. So here we have like a fairly thin consistency, kind of like pancake batter. Now I have 2 15-ounce cans of strained corn. I'm gonna add most of that, and then that really depends on you, how much corn you like in the fritters. If you're adding different vegetables to this, you can also add the carrots and peas. If your kids like that, little broccoli florets would also be good in this. And then I'm gonna mix in a cup of all-purpose flour. You can use rice flour or any other lightweight flour that you want, even whole wheat. I'm just using all-purpose flour here. And you want this to be about pancake batter consistency, so you can scoop it without it spreading too much into the pan. As you can see, I have a sticky dough situation in here. I'm going to take out of my whisk. Okay. Just keep on mixing. You can see the batter is nice and thick. Now we sprinkle a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon or so, up to your preference. And approximately a teaspoon of baking powder. And we're just gonna give that a light little mix. You want to put the baking powder right before you're ready to cook these so it doesn't lose the leavening abilities. And I have a cup, about 8 to 9 ounces of grated mozzarella cheese that I'm adding to these. Just makes it nice and creamy and stretchy and gives it a little bit more body. You get like some of the cheese pieces on the outside when it fries, it makes it nice and delicious. And so this is roughly the texture you want it to be when you're putting it in the pan. So we'll be right back and I'm gonna show you how to cook these. Okay guys, so we're back. So here you can see the consistency of our corn cakes, corn fritters, and I'm just taking a large spoon. I've already preheated a pan with a little bit of vegetable oil in it, and I'm just ladling a small spoon in here. Well, a large spoon, but it's a small pancake. And as you can see, the batter is still a bit runny, and that's okay. It's gonna fry up. I'm cooking these on low heat. And just like with everything else, guys, do not overcrowd the pan. These take just a couple of minutes on each side and you have a delicious snack. Just grab something to flip them with. Now you could cover these if you want, but that's not really necessary. And I see that they're cooking a little slower than I would like, so I'm just raising it to between low and medium heat. I'm gonna let them do their thing. So these would be really great if you wanted to put maple syrup on it, if you wanted to put some butter on top, or if you just wanted to eat them plain. You can sprinkle them with sugar if you want them a bit on the sweet side, but you don't want syrup. You can have them like potato latkes and put sour cream on the side. They're still a bit soft to be flipped. We're just gonna move them around. Now you're looking for the edges around to be mostly dry when you're flipping them. They don't necessarily get the same holes that you would get when you're making a pancake, so you can still watch out for the bubbles, though. There are some bubbles because we did put a little bit of the baking powder in them. And you just flip it. If you like yours darker, then you can let them be for a little while longer. My kids have their preference for lighter fried foods. Really, you just fry it in shallow oil, very little. As you can see, they're puffing up nicely when they're frying. I would say approximately, depending on the size you're making, 2 minutes per side. If you have any little random corn bits, you can take those out so they don't smell. And you can kind of feel even with a spatula, if it still feels like very soft and liquidy when you're pressing on it, then they need a little bit more time. We do have eggs in there, so we want to make sure those are nice and cooked through. I'm going to be taking this batch out. And I think I can lower the heat back down now. These would also be great if you're getting together with friends and you want to make little like appetizers. They don't have to be for kids. And you can make it a bit more fancy by adding different cheeses. You can put some feta cheese if you want it to be more on the salty side. Even Gruyere cheese if you want it a bit more rich. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook up the rest of these, and then I'm gonna show you what they look like when they're all done. Hey guys, welcome back. So as promised, this is the finished product, the corn cakes. They're hot, and my kids nashed in the process, so we have just what we have left. I wanna say that this batch probably makes about 40 to 50 or so corn cakes, depending on the size. So let me know if you're making this. Let me know in the comments how you like it. If you tried a different version like I recommended. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.